Whoa, that's me sliding into your DMs to help you understand some arts. Now, we're going to talk about the year 8600 BC. I can't believe I was going to let that be the beginning of this video. Oh god, what's wrong with me? Anyways, I'm here to help you understand some of the very important topics about the world. Now, most people, they're probably going to talk to you about politics or economy or some social stuff, maybe some religion, but instead we're going to cover something that most people don't really talk about, and that's the arts. Now, the arts are very into slash corresponding to slash, what's another good word? In tune. Very in tune with how the world works. Now, we're going to be talking about different cultures, different religions, different places throughout history in the time period that I have, 8000 to 600 BC. Now, if you'll be very nice and kindly listen to me before hitting, the X button or going to a different video, that would be much appreciated. One of the poets, he talked about how the gods weren't very forgiving, how he sacrificed and he prayed and he did this, and this, and it was a direct reflection of their culture. I mean, he literally talked about in a poem, hey, gods aren't being very nice to us. Sad face. Now, on a different subject, we're going to talk about Egypt, how their elite social structure was just amazing. I mean, they believed in the afterlife because their environment was better than Mesopotamia's. I mean, the Nile rose yearly. The sun, big old cycle, all the gods, Ra, etc. That's like religion. This is arts. But anyways, this reflected onto them, and they were very, pro-God, and like, we're going to have an afterlife. So, what do? They built big, old pyramids for their pharaohs, because they're like, if you have this, you're going to be able to go into the afterlife, which was a pretty good idea. I mean, hey, big towers, not really a tower, but we're going to say it was. We're going to get the gods' attentions, they're going to love us, and then, go into heaven. Now, on another subject of the arts, we're going to talk about how, the people honored their leaders. I mean, they built big statues for their leaders. Another, example of this was Ashoka, a Mauryan India leader. He was an emperor, the king, He was the big dude, and he was their greatest ruler ever. Now, Mauryan India wasn't like, high up there like Rome and Greece and stuff, big empires. It was a smaller one, but it had the social interactions and complexity that, well, those empires had. And because of this, their people were like, we have to honor our favorite / best leader. So they built a huge flipping. Another big section of the arts would have to be, the Chinese. One of their various arts / architectural anythings were the terracotta warrior statues, which were a great reflection on their belief in, ancestral honoring and various forms of their death in the afterlife, and their lives after that. So they had those big old statues, built, and there were just a bunch of them, and it's like supposed to represent honoring their people and their culture, because, the arts at this time were very pro-culture. Another one would have to be the cultural landscape paintings that they had, which were a direct reflection of Taoism, which was a culture in China. Shocker. Now, this resulted in the people painting these and then them being put everywhere because everyone wanted to be, pro-Taoist. And then the people that weren't were like, but they're pretty. So the huge impact by China was these paintings. So, to, finish this video off, the arts in this period of 8000 to 600 BC were mainly focused on, being in tune with the religion, honoring their people and their views, and then, keep making their own, footprint in history, because that's what a lot of humans want to do. We want to be remembered when we're gone. Are we going to be remembered by our family, our people, our country, etc.? So that's a huge reason why the arts is so important, because it left this huge history that was just, there. And that's why arts are important, because it's a footprint that humans left in history. Alright, that's enough of Jordan TV. Now, to the thought bubble.